love her, and she has a new movie out with Jason Statham that opens today. Jennifer was one of my very first guests when we launched this show back in September. The interview was memorable, to say the least. And in case you missed it, let's get you up to speed on when Keiko met J-Lo. J-Lo was in that. You've been married 3 times.
Yes.
Would you ever get...
I keep trying.
Just kind of tried to sneak that in there. You've been in a relationship with your choreographer.
Yes.
This is a sensitive area for me because been there, done that. But he is 18 years younger.
He's like a bit of a bear.
Yeah. What was it about him that caught your eye? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious. I know that you said you don't like bad boys. You like the good guys.
Well, I did used to like the bad boys. But now I realize that's not like a winning formula.
We're going where cameras have never gone before, inside Jennifer's closet.
That's real exclusive that you got there. You've met Lupe?
Yes, I've met your mom. I have.
She's walking down the red carpet and she just eats it. Then she trips on the red carpet in front of like thousands of them. She was like, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, you gotta get up.
Did they take a picture?
What? They were like...
So please welcome back to the show the beautiful and adorable Jennifer Lopez. Like to check out your outfit. it's like butter, baby. Looking good.
It's cold in New York.
Cold.
Yeah.
It's freezing in New York. How are you?
I'm
nice
good.
to see you.
I'm doing great. Thank you.
You've been busy, I know.
I have.
Are you going to get any downtime at some point?
I'm not really great with downtime.
You like to be busy.
I like being busy.
Yeah, well, it was fun, actually, looking back. We had so much fun the last time you were here. And one of the things we didn't show on that video was when Keiko punked J-Lo.
Right.
Let's take a look, and we'll remind people of what happened.
Time out. Something's missing here.
What are you doing?
I know what it is. I need my dance partner.
Thank you. Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about that. Did we get you?
Yes. I mean, you could tell. Even now, it's funny, no?
It is so funny. And can I just say, it really told me a lot about Casper/Bo/Bear, Jennifer's boyfriend, because, first of all, he had a lot of confidence. He wasn't afraid that you were going to be mad at him for doing something that you didn't even know about, because a lot of people don't like surprises, right?
Right.
And he was such a good sport.
He was. He's a lot of fun, and we get along well. We're not the arguing types, which is nice, because I've been there.
And can I tell you, he actually worked with me. I forgot everything once I got on that stage. But he
I've seen the footage of the two of you rehearsing now.
Right.
He showed me.
And can I tell you,
wow.
I was awful, and I consider myself a decent dancer, but what it taught me, what it taught me was, she's laughing at me. No, I mean decent. That I can move. I got a little rhythm. But doing that kind of dancing is incredibly hard, because he and I worked together. I went home, I went on the computer, I tried to imitate you in that music video. It is really hard, and you make it look so easy.
Thank you.
I mean, I've always appreciated your talent, but it gave me even a greater appreciation of how tough that is to do. You just completed a world tour.
Yes.
Tell me about it. Was it fun? Was it exhausting? Was it exhilarating?
No, it was awesome. It was all of those things, obviously. It was, in the beginning, very scary and daunting to think about going all around the world and with the babies and doing that whole thing was a little bit like, oh my God, can I do this? I had never done it before. Then once we were on the road, I was just kind of focused, and the babies were traveling well. There was no kind of like, oh my God, this is not working. It wasn't like that at all.
So cute.
Yeah.
I can always
That
tell
was
when
the
there's
last-
pictures of
By the
babies
way,
on the screen.
This was the last show, and they bought me flowers, a little rose out. Max bought rose, and he was so funny. You know, we're doing a DVD movie of the entire experience of the tour, and so you'll probably see this moment on there. But he comes out and he brings me the rose, and it's, you know, everybody's going crazy, and he right away comes right into my arms. It's kind of overwhelming for her, but he kind of runs down the runway and looks at everybody. And he just freezes, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, Max, and when he looks and he stops, you know, the whole audience, you know, they go more crazy, you know, like that. And then I go, say goodbye to everybody, and he went, and everybody went crazy again.
Is he going to be the performer, you think?
I think he's intrigued by it. I don't know if he's going to be a performer.
I know they're almost 5 years old, right?
Yeah, they'll be 5 next month.
Which is so great.
I know,
you have to
so
be,
fast.
I know that taking them on the road, I mean,
Yeah.
you must have to be very disciplined because you have to keep them in some kind of routine. But
Sure.
I thought it was interesting that you set their routine so they can actually come to your performance.
Right.
You sort of reset their body clocks in a way, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's like if they were on our schedule, it was actually worked better than them kind of getting up at 7 in the morning and then me having to work at night. And it's like we would miss each other because I would have to sleep in and all that. So they wound up just coming to the shows, going to sleep, you know, probably a couple of hours before me because it was hard for me to get to sleep after the shows. And then, you know, get up at a decent hour, and then we'd all get up around the same time.
I hear that they're asking more about your divorce, which is a tricky thing to talk about with children. How do you handle that?
You know, I feel like God gives me the words every time because every time they do it, I kind of get just like a rush of panic through my body, like, oh my God, what do I say? You know, and you know, it just depends on what the question is. I actually just wrote a song about it, and just recorded it, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to explain to them without explaining to them, and the song is a beautiful song, but there was something inside of me that is struggling with that part of things. And you know, again, this is like a learning process, and even with Mark and I, we kind of, you know, I said, you know, we should do maybe things together sometimes, because one of the questions at Christmas was, okay, why aren't we, you know, spending Christmas with Daddy, me, you, and Emmy? Mass asked me, and he asked my cousin, who's their aunt, and you know, she's like, Jennifer! I was like, what? He says, Max has a question for you. I was like, yes, and when he asked me, I said, well, we can. I said, but when you go to see Daddy, that's your special time with Daddy, for you. He was like, but why can't we do something together? I said, well, we can. I'll talk to Daddy about it.
Speaking of Christmas, I know that you're pretty active on Twitter. You've got a lot of followers, something like 14 million.
Yes.
Which is really annoying, can I just say. And you tweeted a very cute picture of, I think, your dad at Christmas time.
Oh, my God, he's so
Because you
cute.
went home, right?
Yes, we were at my mom's house.
You went to the Bronx, and I think that's so nice. It's cute. So what did you have a good Christmas with your family?
It's funny, you know, we had, and not to be a downer, but we had a few deaths in the family a couple of years ago. So we've been finding our way back to Christmas after my grandma died. So this time we tried it at my mom's house. And it's funny because I say, you know, my grandmother loved to cook. Like, she cooked for 2 days before Christmas, and everybody came over, and the minute you walked in, she served you a plate, and this was the joy of her life. My mom, not so much the same. Do you know what I mean? So she's the grandma now, and I'm like, Mom, you gotta get your grandma on. You know what I mean? You gotta cook. And she's like, I hate to cook. And yeah, she's not, you know, which, by the way, she's totally entitled to. She had to cook every single day of her life while we were growing up. So I was like, well, maybe we'll do it at my house next year. I actually like to cook, and you know, so we're finding our ways.
Was it fun to be back in the Bronx? And did your kids get a kick out of it?
Yeah, we drove around, and I took pictures of like my old neighborhood, and I was like, I'm back in the Bronx, everybody. You know what I mean? I just have a good time being there because it feels so much who I am.
And you also have a new, speaking of family, you have a new addition to your family. A little bear, right?
Yeah,
Is that? I want to, okay.
Little baby.
Cute, or baby bear? Tell me about him. He's so cute.
We had been talking about getting a dog for a while when we were on tour. And the babies were asking for a dog, and I kept saying no.
Is that a little boxer?
Yes, he's a boxer puppy. And I was just like, no, we travel too much. It's not going to be good. And da-da-da. And then, but the truth is, we don't have like tons of plans. We just traveled for 8 months, so it's not going to be something that we do again right away. So I was like, and you know, you cave in when everybody keeps asking.
Believe me, as someone who's...
I'm the bad guy. Okay, we can get a dog. You know. So
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I always
know.
wanted a boxer anyway. Like,
yeah.
And so when that part came up, when Bo and I spoke about it, he was like, I kind of always wanted a boxer. Okay.
I just love puppies.
Yeah.
Anyway, up next, what happened at the Golden Globes? More with Jennifer when we come back.